Hello, this is a video on men's rights activism and why it's time that it become mainstream and gets more noticeable and more people support it, and why the mainstream media wants to keep it down, among other things, and why really men's rights activism is just another extension of feminism. Um, I think one reason I'm uploading this video. I think a good way of explaining this is in September is actually prostate cancer awareness month, and then October is breast cancer awareness month. But if you're noticed, you probably don't even know about prostate cancer awareness month. But if you know about it, it doesn't get any coverage. It's to where October, every goddamn thing is pink. You turn on the TV, watch wrestling, the fucking ropes are pink. You turn on a fucking basketball show, they have like fucking pink jerseys. I mean, it's everything's pink in honor of fucking prostate cancer awareness month, because God forbid a man likes pink, which I always has for some reason. I don't know why I do, but whatever. Um, and it's in a lot of cases they started in September. So, in the middle of prostate cancer awareness month, they start breast cancer awareness month, or awareness of it, which says a lot about the worth of man in this fucking society. Um, and it's not just that. Again, genital mutilation. For females, it's apparent. For men, it's a standard operating procedure in the United States of America. Um, Women, on average, and I'm going to go through why men are oppressed, and at this point in time, women are not oppressed when compared to their male counterparts. Okay, I'm not saying women weren't oppressed. They're not oppressed at this point in time. Here are the reasons why. Here are comparisons and the reasons why. Male genital mutilation, also known as circumcision, outlawed for women, allowed for men. Um, Women, unfair, and on average, they have unfair custody of children, and men do not get that custody, and they on average have to pay unfair and at times excessive amounts of child support payments. Alimony. You have a woman live with you, you're rich, she breaks up with you, you have to fucking pay her a certain amount of money, even though she didn't do anything. That's your money, you have to pay it for her. I gave you the best years of my life. Yeah, how good have those years have been if you weren't with him? You marry a fucking rich guy, you get a free ride, and then the guy has to pay you fucking money. Bullshit. And there are a few cases every once in a while, every million years, where, like Katy Perry, for example, which I don't know what the deal was there. Maybe he deserved the money somehow, I don't know. But there are cases where the woman has to pay the man, and that's bullshit too. Alimony is bullshit, they should get rid of it. Um, okay, then there's abortion rights. Women can have abortion, men have no say so whether she does it or she doesn't do it. But then the man has to take care of the kid that he had no say so in the creation of to begin with. Okay, so you give the man one fucking chance to get out of it. You give the woman a million chances. For 6 months, it was 9 months. Okay, and at 9 months, it's basically murder. So you allow women to murder the damn baby, but you don't give the man any chance to get out without having to pay child support for the child. And in some cases, the man cannot even see the child, but you expect him to take responsibility for something he doesn't know anything about or have any relationship with him whatsoever. In many cases, um, okay, on average, women get men get more prison time than women. Men are sentenced to more prison time, and they're given less um, breaks or whatever. The justice system is less lenient to them than women. Women, according to Forbes magazine, control 65% of the world's wealth. While that's not oppressive, I would hardly say that a group that controls 65% of the world's wealth, however they did it, I wouldn't call them oppressed. Women, on average, are not sentenced to death often for the same crime a man is sentenced to death for. Um, Women's problems are noticed, men's problems are not. Women are not mocked, humiliated, or hated on in the media and on television in the way that men are. Women are not blamed for all the fucking world's problems. Women are not shown consistently in almost every commercial looking and acting like an idiot. Women are not shown, when a woman is hurt, it's not shown as funny or a good thing. It is with men. If you watch wrestling, often you will see out counted up to 4 times in one match, 4 different low blows in one match, and 6 throughout the show on TNA Impact last week. You never see, almost ever see, it's been 2.5 years since I saw a woman kicked in the vagina on a pro wrestling program. It's been about 6 years since it happened in WWE. You are not allowed to call a woman a slut, but you can call a man a pervert. Russ Limbaugh, which is an asshole, but he was almost taken off TV for calling a woman a slut. No freedom of speech there. Feminists have ungodly power in the fucking mass media and in the White House, Congress, and corporations use them like crazy to repress men so that men will have to do more work. Therefore, these rich motherfuckers get richer. And it's also 50 years ago, in a way, women didn't really have to pay taxes. So part of the reason why they brought in feminism was to get the women on the tax rolls, so the government was taking in more money. That's part of why they did it. Also, there's no one home with the kids, so now the fucking schools get the kids and they can tell them whatever they want to tell them. So they kind of infest their mind basically with white guilt and that kind of thing. But even that, I don't give a shit. I support feminism in its original form. Women did not have a right to vote. Granted, for the first several decades of America, no one could vote unless you were super rich and a white dude of English descent. And, this was the first, 50, 60 years of America, and you had to have so much property, so 60, 70% of men could not vote. White men could not vote. Black men could not vote. But whatever. Women deserve the right to vote. They finally did get it. They actually, got after black men, that's true, but if you look at black men, they had much more responsibility and were eligible for the draft and women were not. And in addition to that, men have to go fight war till this day. We have to go in the front lines and fight, and we are eligible to be drafted. Not only do women not have to go in the front lines to fight, in fact, they can't go in the front lines and fight. Not only do they not have to go in the front lines and fight, they can't go in the front lines and fight, even if they want to. Okay? And they cannot be drafted. Men can be. So, it's a corrupt, fucked up situation. But they did deserve rights. Okay, so I have to sign up for a draft, though, but they don't have to. And if I don't sign up for the draft, so I can go overseas and have my head blown off, but they don't have to. They don't have to do anything, but they get the same rights I get. They get to vote, even though, I have to go fight to vote. They don't have to do anything, they just get it. And now you're going to put a woman in the White House, even though this is the same, creature that you have decided was incapable of fighting a war. Now, I realize most presidents are draft dodging fucking assholes who are war hawks and they just want to send young people to go fight. They're all like that. Obama's like that. Bush was like that. Fuck them all. But they are eligible genetically to go fight a war. How can you expect someone who you have said cannot fight to control a country and tell other people to go fight? How is that not hypocritical? And it's this again and again and again. And you say, well, they're feminine. Well, gay men, a lot of gay men are more feminine. But they can go fight in the army now and be open, in fact, which I think is a good thing. They should be able to do whatever they want to do. I actually prefer the way it was. It's just like you could be in the army and then you say you're gay when you get out, but I guess that's unfair too, so whatever. And of course the men didn't want that, the gays didn't want that, I don't know, whatever, I'm part gay, but the point is, women do not have to fight in the army, but they can get to vote. And I can go on and on, I got distracted, they can go on and on and on and on. Yet they say they're oppressed. What the fuck is oppressed about any of that? They're talking about shit that happens in third world backwaters and comparing it to shit that happened to men in this fucking country. And they say, well, 100 years ago. Well, we're not living 100 years ago. And even if we did, it wasn't like slavery where you just go and you fucking take and you kidnap a bunch of black people from Africa and drag them to fucking America, or however it happened. This is a trade-off. They don't have to do back-breaking work in mines, okay, or whatever, in exchange for them taking care of the kids and making sure the children grow up and being with them. And, taking care of the housework, okay? Now, I don't think that's good, particularly for the men, but that was the situation, that was the case, that's how it worked. And in exchange, the men went to work. Now, what would they have rather been doing? Digging to the center of the earth in a mine? Okay? Shaking hands with the devil? Just to get a little bit of money to bring home to their family? Or at home with a bunch of kids, watching a fucking Price is Right. You know, what would they rather have been doing? You know, I mean, who really got it worse there anyways? So it's a bunch of bullshit, and that's the way I say it. And women have more clothing options. Women have more clothing options than men. Men do not have the amount of clothing options women have. You know, I'm wearing long hair. That's considered slightly taboo for men to do. I sometimes wear makeup. I usually shave my face. All that's considered taboo. But a woman can wear short hair. She can wear pants, but I can't wear a skirt. All this shit. I can wear a dress. They can wear a suit. All this shit they can do. Well, they're sort of their own version of a suit. They have much more choice than I have. But I'm not allowed to do that. So you see the unfairness there. So that's it. P666.